Joining me now, our Fox News digital politics editor, Chris Stirewalt, and the host of Mediabuzz right here on FNC, Howie Kurtz. Hi, guys. The GOP, they put out their, rapid response. This is from the RNC, and they're forwarding the New York Times headline from April of 2008. Hillary Clinton portrays herself as a pro-gun churchgoer. Apparently, she called herself a pro-gun churchgoer. What a difference a few years make, Chris.
Well, look, when you don't have love, when you don't have attachment, when you don't have passion, you go to the issues. And that's what Mitt Romney had to do in 2012 for the Republicans. They didn't trust him. They didn't love him. So he had to go through this baton death march where you say, and this issue I will cave, and this issue I will cave, until they pen you in and say, okay, now you may have the nomination. And the Democrats are doing that to Hillary Clinton. Question is, once she's gone far enough on guns to satisfy the base, flipped far enough, what happens when you get to the general election?
What did you make of it tonight?
Well, Hillary Clinton has moved left on so many issues to match Bernie Sanders. I mean, she was just rattling them off: income inequality, attacking Wall Street, climate change. Gun control, which is very popular in the Democratic Party, is a good issue for her. So that question enabled her to get to his left. She didn't mention that she's actually talked about taking executive action on gun control, bypassing Congress.
Mm-hmm. And she also said she's going to take more executive action. I would go further even than President Obama, on executive orders on immigration. Newsflash. There are no more executive orders you can do than President Obama did on immigration.
Right. And Bernie wisely didn't try to compete with her because he is from Vermont. The NRA has backed him in the past. So for the constituency that she's playing to, that was a good moment for her.
Mm-hmm. What did you think of how the CNN team handled it?
I thought Anderson Cooper did a good job. I thought he had sent some disturbing signals about he was going to be too patty cake, but he did a good job. The questions were tough. They were straight ahead. I don't get the weird thing where they have people stashed in the back of the hall and occasionally say, now this guy will ask you about pot. You want to know about reefer? Go ahead. And it's like...
That's just the man.
Right,
for
exactly.
Don Lemon.
Yeah,
what?
Exactly. Why?
Why did you ask me?
Exactly.
I think it was all a plot by CNN to set expectations so low that everybody would say, hey, it was a pretty good debate.
I had never had a lack of confidence in Anderson Cooper. And
yeah,
I understand the strategy. You sort of press the candidate on his or her individual issues. I think the reason there wasn't more mixing it up, you tell me what you think, Howie, is those Democrats did not want to punch, in particular, at Hillary Clinton,
right,
who's the front runner and is likely to get this nomination. And I think, as Britt was saying, or somebody earlier was saying, they all want to be in her cabinet.
Absolutely. And, the most striking moment, and the soundbite is going to be replayed over and over again, is Bernie Sanders riding to her rescue on the email mess, and then the big handshake because he said everyone's sick and tired of hearing about this. The thing that surprised me about Hillary, didn't make any gaffes, as you've noted on the program, is that she was kind of reading the talking points in that she kept saying, and I would be the first woman president. Well, what about a vote for an outsider? Well, I would be the first woman president. Are you running for Obama's third term? No, look at me. I'd be the first. It's pretty evident from standing on the stage with four guys.
She even said takes longer to go to the potty.
That was something.
She even said that.
That was an image we didn't expect to have in our heads.
She even got gender into going to the bathroom in there. That was impressive.
It was an interesting tack, too, because I think most women don't want to highlight our outsider status. No, we don't want to highlight our time on the potty.
Yeah, either way.
But we don't want to highlight our outsiders. I am not an outsider just because I am a woman. I am not an outsider to the anchor ranks. And she is not an outsider to politics just because she's running for the presidency and happens to be a woman. Granted, it's never happened before, but, it was clearly an attempt to go for the female vote.
I think the biggest thing is that she seemed relaxed and confident. I thought she'd be rusty because she has not done this in a while, and because at her news conferences she often seems stiff and defensive.
But she did not tonight.
Yeah, she did not, and that's a win for her because she comes into the debate with a big lead, and I think she exits with a big lead.
You disagree?
Well, no, obviously she won, but she was debating people who should not be running for president.
It was a joy.
Right.
It was what Donald Trump thought the first debate was going to be. He said, I thought they were going to be nice to me.
It was like,
wow, she was like, this is enjoyable. These people are delightful.
Let's do another hour.
It was like watching sea turtles try to swim up from the great deep depth to try to get up to spawn or something. It was desperate watching these people.
Tired, didn't they?
Exhausted.
She didn't seem tired.
But I think you're underestimating the excitement that Bernie Sanders has generated. So he's a little bit more than a sea turtle.
Well, certainly in Frank Lentz's focus group.
Yeah, they loved him.
They were loving him.
Sea turtles are lovable.
But those other guys, this is your big chance. You're on the big debate stage, right? You've got like a couple 100,000 people watching you. And
poor Jim Webb.
Yeah, it's good. Well, it's like he said,
Jim Webb,
where was the energy?
Lincoln Chafee said he's a block of cement, not the image you want.
Granite. It said granite for New Hampshire.
I gotta go. Great to see you both.
Same.